All right, we are on individual challenge 13. Number 1, what is the sum of the expression negative 12 plus 8? I'm actually going to let you do that on your own. Just remember, you have to figure out which one has a greater absolute value, and then you find a difference for adding different signs. Number 2, the area of a rug is 36 1/4 square feet. The rug is 8 3/4 feet long. What is the length of the rug? Okay, to find the area equals length times width. It gives us the area. So here's the area. And it gives us how long it is. So maybe it's asking for what is the width. Okay? So in order to do this, we can work in fractions, we can work in decimals. Either way, I don't care. I think I'm going to work this in fractions. If you want to work it in decimal, just know that this is going to be 36.25 and this is 8.75. Okay? So in order to work this as a fraction, we need to put it in its rightful place. So now we have 36 1/4 equals, your length is 8 3/4, and your width, we don't know your width. Okay, we have to go around the world for both. So when you go around the world, you multiply and you add. 36 times 4 is 144, plus 1 is 145. So we have 145 over 4 equals, we have 8 times 4 is 32, plus 3 is 35. So we have 35 over 4 is W. Okay? So to get W by itself, we have to do the opposite operation. So we have to multiply by its reciprocal. And when I say multiply by its reciprocal, we're going to multiply 35 over 4 by 4 over 35. Okay? If you multiply both sides by 4 over 35, this one and this will cancel out, so now you have W. And now you can simplify before you multiply. I would simplify your 4s. That's an easy one to simplify. And then I would simplify your 35 and 145. And that should get you your width. Okay? After you simplify, you multiply. Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. Number 3, the Martins family's truck gets an average of 25 miles per gallon. Predict how many miles they can drive using 7 gallons of gas. This is another proportion question. Okay, on average they get 25. Oh, it's not even a proportion. You get 25 per gallon. It says predict how many they can drive using 7 gallons. If you know it's 25 miles per gallon, you're going to do 25 times 7 and 7 gallons. Okay? So how many miles? Don't forget, once you multiply, label it with miles. Candace records an outdoor temperature of, this should be a negative 5 degrees Celsius, 2 degrees Celsius, and 1 degree. Which of the following correctly compares? So you're going to put which one's less and the greatest here, and then the middle. So basically you're putting in order from least to greatest to help you out. Least to greatest. Okay? Chloe answered 42 questions of 50 questions correctly. Expressed the amount of percent and decimal. So you have 42 over 50. you need to figure out how to get from 50 to 100, and that will get you your percent. Then after that, you have to do the Dr. Pepper method, and you're going to move it over 2 decimal places to the left. Okay, what is the range of the data shown in the stem and leaf plot below? Range, greatest minus least. Number 7, on a certain map, 2 inches represents 20 miles. Longwood and Milton are 4 inches apart on the map. What is the actual distance between Longwood and Milltown? All right, so it says on this map, 2 inches in actual represents 20. So we have to set up a proportion. Okay, you know your inches and you know miles. So then you have 2 over 20. And now on your map you have 4 inches. And this is what you're trying to get. In this case, I would say, how do you get from 2 to 4? Whatever you do on top, you need to do on bottom. And that's how you will get your x, okay? What is the absolute value? Remember, absolute value is distance away from 0. Or how many units away from 0. Okay, so number 8, figure out what the distance from 0 is for all these numbers. And I think that would be a great math lab code for today, absolute value. So please write absolute value under your name. Number 9, describe the value of a credit report, how it's important to banks and other lenders. Number 9, I suggest you go back into your notes and explain to me why it is important to have a good credit report. And then why it is important for banks and other lenders to know your credit report. Number 10, Jeff found 3 times as many seashells as his sister. Jeff found 39 seashells. How many seashells did his sister find? Write an equation to represent the situation. Then solve the equation and answer. So 1 we're going to write, 2 we're going to solve. So he found 3 times as many seashells. He found 39. How many did his sister find? Okay. So what we're going to do is he found 3 times as much. So let's say 3 times as seashells as his sister, and in total it was 39. So there's your equation. Now you have to solve it. Okay, so I would divide both sides by 3 and see what his sister got.